So if you remember from string concatenation, what we need to do is we need to treat this input function as its own string, because eventually it's going to be replaced by a string. So we can take that part, set it aside, and then we can use the plus sign to concatenate the final character, which is a exclamation mark, to this entire long string. So now if I go ahead and run this code and I type in an input, that input gets inserted and replaces this entire input function, and then finally I get the exclamation mark added to the end. If you find this line of code difficult to understand and to wrap your head around, then I recommend heading over to a website called thonny.org and downloading an application called Thonny. It's completely free and it's available for Windows, Mac and Linux. And once you've installed this application, you can go ahead and paste your line of code here and click on this little debug symbol. And then we can click on this button, which is called the Step Into button, to step into the execution of this line of code, to see how the computer is evaluating this code here, step by step. So you'll see the first thing it tries to do is it will try to run this print statement. It looks inside these parentheses to see what it needs to print. So the first thing is this hello, and it turns that into a string. And then it looks at the next thing after the plus sign to see what it should turn this into. And this, of course, is the input function. So as I continue stepping into it, it's actually going to execute it. So it's going to run this input function and show the prompt, what is your name? So that's what shows up down here. And now if I enter a value in here and hit enter, then that value that I put right there replaces that previous input function and is now held inside the print statement. So if I continue stepping through this code, then you'll see it concatenates all of the pieces together, and finally it just ends up with a simple print hello Angela exclamation mark. And if I continue stepping into it, you'll see that line of code executed until there are no more instructions left.